That's right. Not only am I back with the matchup preview, and not only am I back in first place, but I'm back rocking this National League jersey here, representing our boy, Will.i.am, up in Chi-Town, because he's about to do something I didn't think was going to be capable a little bit ago. And I'll explain that later. But, before I get into our matchup preview, I want to talk about last week for a moment and how dreadful it was for some of us, a.k.a. not this guy. And that's all that matters right now as I sit in first place in the league, having dethroned Benson, a.k.a. Dr. Kananga, in these last few days of the season. So, I think it's time we go ahead and get started. What? My God! I think that's Chris Jericho's music! Oh my God! Break the walls down! We got the one and only Tim Sav Dog in the house in this last week of our matchup preview show, bringing with him his list of Sav Dog. God, we're going to be going through matchups, going to be crushing players, putting them on the list, taking them off the list. We all know how it goes when we got Sav Dog in the house. So let's not waste any more of this man's VIP valuable time. Let's go ahead and hit our first matchup here. Sav Dog, let's talk a little bit about a guy that picked up his first victory in 18 months last week.
Me?
Again, not you. Okay. I think you've had a couple of the last 18 months. I'm talking about Strokeswood versus the nasty one, as in his playoff chances are slim to nasty. So when I looked at this, man, I was thinking, Strokeswood, he's playing for pride, playing for confidence. D-Harb, he's crushed. He might not even be playing his active players right now because he knows playoff chances out the window. This is a horrible season for him. When you're looking at it, man, what are you thinking?
It's stunning because every time I play D-Harb, he always kicks my butt. But then again, that's pretty much half the league.
I got to say, when we look at your record of 8-13, yeah, your butt's been kicked once or twice or thrice times plus 10 or something like that.
To be fair, though, I'm not like the Baltimore Orioles, which is the original
Baltimore logo,
ugly Baltimore cap. But I had my share of bad breaks this year, of course. But who doesn't? But one of those unfortunate years. But
hey,
always next year, like the Orioles, right?
Always next year. So Sav Dog, I'm thinking Strokeswood's winning here. What do you think's going down, man? You think Chuck Nasty can pull it out?
I think he can pull it out. I really do.
All right. So Chuck Nasty, Sav Dog says you're going to finish the season a mediocre 500. I say you're going to finish slightly below that, about 440. So take it with a grain of salt, buddy. You could be 500. All right, so let's cross off those two teams. No matter to the playoffs. Next up, we don't really have any other matchups that have 0 teams with playoff possibilities. So I figured let's go to the mouth-running, lip-flapping, John Smoltz being greatest Atlanta Braves talking Wakanda Forever versus our Canadian Mountie up there in the north, T-Ball. Tim, I'm going to let you take this one away because these are a couple of guys you just love to death, man. This is your matchup.
On one hand, you have one who lacks originality, and the other hand, you have somebody who is living in Canada.
Oh man, I don't know. I'd rather be original and live in Antarctica. And I mean, Canada's on the up and up in some people's eyes. You know what I'm talking about. I'm looking at those eyes.
However, it pains me to say it a little bit. I'll have to go with the one who lacks originality in this game.
The one who lacks originality, the man who will
Anthony, I got your back for this week, for once.
Anthony, I gotta say, that's 2 of us here, because I don't think there's any way T-Ball is going to muster enough to knock you off and make you finish with 9 losses.
He'll strike out on a T-Ball, that's his name.
Exactly, so I mean, you don't got to worry about him. But right now, I gotta say, up to the second, 9-8, Wakanda barely sneaking out the dub. But we're both going with you, Anthony. All right, now I'm going to talk about a couple guys. One, I'm representing right here with the big Riz dog, Anthony Riz. The other one, the pharmacist with the marmacist. The green one, the B. Ryan Express. These teams right now, both of them, Mexi's win this week, he finishes at 500 in the playoffs. B. Green win this week, he just finishes with 12 wins and I think maybe a bye in the consolation bracket. I'm not really sure on that one. But when I look at it, I'm looking at a team, Mexi's, that's on the rise. I didn't want to see him make the playoffs, much less win his division. And unfortunately, I think that's what we're about to see here.
He really came a long way from the beginning of the year, I thought. And, because earlier on I kicked his butt and one of the few times I've kicked someone's butt this year.
Oh, man.
However, he answered last week by kicking my butt. However, I like B Green in this matchup.
The B Ryan Express.
I think he pulls it out right now. I see it's tied right now, but I like B Green just a little bit more. And B Green, don't think that I'm happy with you. I still remember kicking your butt all week after the All-Star break, only to lose it the last day of the week.
That was 8 weeks ago, folks. That pain still runs deep in this man.
I'm butthurt about that still.
Real butthurt. Tim, though, I'm going the other way, man, Sav Dog. I'm going with the Mexi one. I like Los Mexi. He's in school right now, so he's definitely not getting a chance to watch this live. We both had a little PD today and missed a whole day, had some subs in the classroom, so we're going to kick it back here and bring you our matchup preview video special. So you got to appreciate those school districts passing out dollars to get those subs for absolutely no productivity.
Good times.
Good times.
Especially today.
So, Mexis, that's why you're picking up the dub, because you're a teacher. You're making your teachers read books and shit, even though they're 5-page chapters and they're bitching about it. I still got I got a little love for you right there. A man named William, he's always good, and he's going to finish at 500. Plain to the point. All right, next matchup here. We've got 3. We're going to talk about the commish. Mr. I'm going to be the best. Mr. Lip just nonstop. I gotta say, post a wonderful, delicious cup of Joe each week. I thoroughly enjoy sipping it down on Monday mornings 98% of the time. Benson, that's a quality post. We all appreciate it. It's a cup,
it's a cup of something. But
Sav Dog, when you're in the losing end most weeks, it's going to be a cup of shit for you, buddy.
Even when I win, he gives me the grief, dude.
Oh, well, in that case, I don't know what to tell you.
Bedell, Benson.
Not a fan in the Sav. Not
a fan at all in the Sav Dog. And again, you're always going to be number 1 on my list, complete with the right appropriate finger for you for number 1.
We'll keep it clean there. There might be some kids watching this.
Exactly.
And Dr. King, I gotta say, you're about to have another non-fan in your hands, because I think you're beating Pup this week. I think last week you kind of wokened up from your styminess thinking, oh, I'm invincible. And you're gonna win, man. You're gonna finish the season in the top of the standings. You'll be 14-7-1 going against who knows in the first round of the playoffs, or maybe the bye. Will you get the bye? I don't know.
I like Benson in this week too. I think he just has a team that is just clicking overall. He'll have a hiccup here or there, but he has it this week.
And well, I mean, Cody's a team that I thought was going to falter, and it hasn't happened yet. I mean, I kept thinking, it's going to wear off, it's going to wear off. Everybody says Cody's eating the Lucky Charms for breakfast, washing his ass with shoehorns. And I don't necessarily think that's the case, man. I think he's got some deft moves he's made recently.
He did lose to me, though, this past go-around. I actually kicked him pretty good, but on those weeks,
I told you, man, for like a 3-week span there, you were the hottest team in baseball. I mean, go back, you can quote it in one of those videos from prior yesterdays. And so that's why I'm thinking that Kananga's going to win. Cody, you got Ozzy, you got Acuna, you got Schwar, baby, who B Green has owned for the duration of his career. And it's not going to matter this week, man. You're going to finish 12-9, but you're still making the playoffs. So, I'm going Kananga. Sav Dog?
I'm going with Bedell, too.
Kananga as well. Kananga. So, that's what we got. We got 2 matchups left. We got my matchup. We got Sav Dog's matchup. With him being the guest of honor, we're going to save him for last. And we'll talk about my matchup this week. I'm going against Charlie's Angels. He'll never see this video, which is quite the bummer. He stopped making moves. He's got Andrew Miller, DL, on his active roster. He's got Zach Godley, now NA, on his active roster. He's got Gene Segura riding the pine rather than starting somewhere on his team. Gainesville Steve, I wish you would see this so you could know how disappointed I am.
Is he Bill Murray from Charlie's Angels, where he appeared once and never was to be heard from again?
Yeah, I mean, damn, at least Bill Murray, I feel like I heard his voice once or twice more on the phone or something, cracking jokes, Bill Murray special. But Gainesville Steve, we haven't had a Steve's Musings since I was 14 years old, and this was still the real WWE title when it was WCW, the NWO title. Okay, Hollywood Hogan days. It's real depressing, man, real depressing. So I'm not going to toot my own horn, just go ramble on and on about myself and my team, but I'm winning this week, and I finished the season as a hashtag regular season champion.
Was that even a debate? I was going to choose you regardless anyway. But
well, look, when I know Sav Dog's already picked me, that's when you know things are on the up and up for a squad. All right, that's going to take us to our last matchup. Sav Dog, Long Ballers. Long Ballers wins this week, as evidenced by my earlier prediction of Cody losing. Gets Long Ballers the 3 seed. That can never be overestimated, how important that 3 seed is. So, Sav, you want to talk about yourself? You want to talk about long ballers?
Long ballers is tough. I've put up a fight with him a few times over the years, and he has a good team. And I think I lost to him by a point last go around, and it's unfortunately the same way as it was last time. He had a big lead. I came up close to him on the weekend, and just unfortunately
had a Sunday
fell short. It's
Sunday slowdown.
the Sunday suck day, as I call it, which has been the story of my last 2 seasons.
Well,
and I'm going to pull for myself because I don't bet against myself.
So
but
the
as
man
an
has
analytical
faith in
approach.
in his own skills. So I don't question that at all. So we got Savdog saying he's winning. He's finishing the season on a winning note, going to 9-13. I, on the other hand, am thinking with my head, not with my heart, and I'm saying long ballers. Long ballers, your offense was phenomenal when we tied 9-9. It was uncanny how many home runs and things you were hitting. It's only Wednesday afternoon, I believe. You got 3 dingers, you got 32 total bases, and your ERA is 0. Okay, you're going geometrics approach, I see, or you just haven't had any starts.
So he beat me last time.
Just offense and decent good pitching.
No, he benches his guys. That's what happened.
Gets to Friday. He's like, I got my minimum. I'm dominating. Let me shut it down.
Yeah, that's what he did. That's what he kept me from winning.
Well, I think it's probably going to happen again this week. He's got 18 more innings to reach the minimum. He's already. Oh, but your pitching is doing great this week, man. I've
actually had a nice run with pitching, as it was my albatross for the first half of the year, and now it's just like, hey, guess what? J.A. Happ showed up.
Who thought that was going to work out?
Porcello finally had a good outing recently. I can't remember anyone else at this point.
Right.
But
Jose Altuve has been good for it. Actually, he hasn't even been that good, guys.
The one trade that you actually screwed me the most was the Aaron Judge, Andrew Benintendi trade.
Oh, man.
That was the worst trade.
Woo!
Honestly, because a week after I get him, he breaks his wrist and he hasn't played since.
And Andrew Benintendi, hey, D-Hart.
At least Gleyber Torres plays.
Gleyber, 22 dingers. All right, just know that. 22 dingers, over 800 OPS. And, but I got to say, swapping Judge for Benintendi.
That was the worst trade.
Woo!
Say whatever you want about Altuve. That was the worst trade.
That was
the Judge Benintendi deal.
And Buehler's been pretty dang good as well, man. Those guys.
He's held his own.
Alex Wood's held his own. Trades. So, and not everything's been a screw job. You got to wait.
It's just unfortunate.
Let's not rash. Make rash judgments. Jump these hot takes. So, long ballers, you're picking up the dub. You're going to 12-9. You will finish the season number 3. So to recap, Thrills is 1.
I will make a bold statement before you do that.
Oh, snap.
Long ballers, you're my champion this year.
What? I'm sitting right next to you and you're going to say that.
Hey, you chose against me this week to long ballers.
That's a final matchup that has no bearings on anything.
The
hell with you. I'm finishing the season number 1 with a first-round bye.
Give me that pen.
Benson Harbor number 2. Long ballers number 3. Uh-oh.
Behind Bedell on the list.
God. Behind Bedell, I'm catching you on the list. Will.i.am number 4. Anthony 5. Cody with the 6. That's what we're looking at there, folks. That's it for my previews. I think we got something special for you.
This week, final week of the year, I've done quite a few lists on the message board. This week, I'm going to talk about the best team names from 1 to 12 as how I see fit, because you know what? This is the list of sad. All right, so we're going to go from not 1 from 1 to 12. We're going to go from 12 to 1. The worst team name, I think, this year, sorry, Jaycock, Strokeswood. I hate that name. It doesn't make
just
sense.
The list.
So you're bottom right there. It just doesn't look good. 11, Charlie's Angels. No one cares. He's not even going to pay attention. Number 10, Pick Up the Pace. I don't like it for one reason. Because that's what Rob Manfred wants to do. I don't like that. I don't like anything Rob Manfred wants to do, really, except for the Little League game that they have Sunday night.
Man, that is a super cool feature.
And like the play ball weekend where they have the cool, the cool.
Anybody scoped up one of those?
That's the only thing he's done.
Yet?
I would love to have one. I kind of want that Brad Boxberger one. He actually turned it around. I have to say, he turned it around for me, actually.
Well,
so I gotta
glad to hear that.
Mad props to Boxberger on that, but that's kind of cool one with the emojis. But Pick Up the Pace. That's what Rob Manfred wants, and you don't screw with baseball like that. You just don't.
Can't change it.
Better name next year, please. All right, number 9, and this will definitely be changed, and it's my name, Al Avila. One bad trade, and he's always going to get judged. I wonder who that sounds like. But no Alavila next year for me. It'll be something different. Number 8, Dr. Kananga. I've never cared for it from day one. I'm sorry, Bedell.
He didn't even spell it right from day one.
Yeah, so...
That's when you should have known it was a sorry name.
Well, your team's good at least, but your name sucks. Let's be clear on that.
This ain't Treasure Island.
Exactly. Number 7, Wakanda Forever, Anthony. It's not a bad name. I like it. However, your lack of originality. Stick with one stinking name, my man. Come on. You're great with your wrestling choices of wrestlers and everything like that. You can think of something kind of nice about that.
Come on, man. Can't you?
Can you?
I'd rather you see be named The Shield minus Roman.
There you go. Or, Fight and Fight. For Kevin Owens. Come on, man. You're better than that. All right, number 6, Long Ballers. My pick for the championship this year. But, very original, maybe a little too original. That could be changed a little different next year, I think. But it is what it is.
This team does have a lot of long balls, though.
Yeah, he does. Definitely. Number 5, one of my favorite people in the league, Los Mexicutioners.
Mexis!
I actually like the name. It's kind of a cool name. First I was like, it doesn't seem right, but it actually is kind of cool, especially when
Soria being like a White Sox, it doesn't make not a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, but it works. It makes me think of the Mexicools and the Latino World Order in wrestling. So I like that. Number 4, Trader Will, because he is his name. He makes trades out the wazoo. Gotta give him that.
Trade, no matter what.
Number 3, the B. Ryan Express. I think that was a perfectly excellent name.
There's no way he made it himself. He stole it from some fantasy website.
Whatever works, it works here. But I like it. It's a good name. Maybe you need to stick with it next year. It's better than the one year you had Sterling Archer. I didn't like that one.
I don't know. Archer's a pretty good show.
It is, but I don't know. I just wasn't fond of that one. Actually, I'm going to reverse number 2.
Oh, we just had a change on the list.
Moving to 2nd is David's Chuck Nasty's Mullet. I just like that name. It was a cool name.
For an awesome team this year.
It works for the league perfectly. You got a persona of one of the most
likable
players in the league.
Best players. We can even say best. He's riding away on Gainesville Steve's team right now.
Chuck Nasty last year at home to Chuck Nasty on the road, though.
Oh, that is nasty.
But he is a good defensive player, and he is still pretty decent.
Still get to play in
Overall,
Colorado.
he's still pretty good. So I'm not going to say he's one of the best, but he's still pretty darn good. And the final one will be, you guessed it, T-Ball Strikeout.
T-Ball Strikeout, number 1 name.
All right. I love it. It's very original, and it's, you get a little snicker at it, and you don't take yourself seriously. So I like that. It's fun, and that's how this league should be. Fun. At $100, but that's something Bedell has to deal with from me every day when I see him.
Every day.
But overall, it's been a fun year in the league. My favorite year, even though the results once again does not show that I had a fun time.
Hey,
but
results can vary.
Yep, and sometimes stats doesn't always matter on how fun it is. Not implying anyone.
I'm not saying anything.
But
some changes.
But it's been a fun year, and that is my list of the best team names of 2018 on the list of Sav Dog.
All right, well, that's going to kill it for our show today. Hope you boys like this. Sav Dog in the house. Always appreciate it. Give me a little fist bump on that one.
All right.
Bam. Straight crushed on the video preview show.
Hopefully
brought
we
to you
get
by
to see a Braves
Sun
W.
Chips this week. And let's hope those Braves can beat those Boston Bastards in this as this video uploads.
Bean-eating clam chowders.
God.
Well, you can beat some team in Boston.
God. There's no team in Boston I could ever care about. No Red Sox. No
Patriots.
They're not even in Boston. Go back to Foxborough. All right. We're out of here for that one. Take it easy, guys. See you later.